You clicked on this video because you want to know how to get jacked in 2025, and I got you. But before we get into this, I got the Bible with me, and I want to give you some context. So open up to Thessalonians 4:3-5. 1 Thessalonians 4:3-5 says, "For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you should abstain from sexual immorality, that each of you should know how to possess his own vessel in sanctification and honor, not in passion of lust like the Gentiles who do not know God." So the reason why I chose these verses is because specifically I wanted to point out verse 4. So look at verse 4 with me. It says that each of you should know how to possess his own vessel in sanctification and honor. So yes, it's amazing to have an amazing physique, to look great, look in the mirror, feel amazing. That's awesome. However, at the end of the day, we should be doing this for the glory of God. We should be preparing our vessel, taking care of our vessel, as it says, for the glory of God, for sanctification and honor. And I think it's beautiful that if we don't do this for others, because that pleases our ego, if we get jacked and ripped to appease others, that's what our ego wants. But as verse 4 says, it says that each of you should know how to possess his own vessel in sanctification and honor. So that even goes for eating food, which we're going to get into. Eating food, how we train, how we sleep. These are the categories I'm going to be talking about. However, if we think about doing it for the glory of God, we're going to treat our vessel a lot differently. So keep that in mind as we get right into this. Let's go. Number 1, nutrition. I don't care what anyone says. It is 90% nutrition, 10% the gym. Some people say 80%, 20%. The majority rules, it is nutrition that is superior to having a great physique and feeling amazing. If you want to get absolutely shredded, you must take care of your nutrition. In the year of 2025, I made an oath with myself. This year, I said, I am going to raise my standard of my health. I'm going to take it to the next level. Because last year of 2024, it was very convenient for myself. On the way home from school, I could stop, go to a restaurant, grab some food, come back home, study, and eat the food. But what would happen in return is that my vessel would feel like garbage. I'd feel like absolute trash. Like right now, I had a great breakfast this morning. I treated myself to a great breakfast. Right? If we treat our vessel with love and we say, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to treat my vessel today? I'm not going to feed it garbage, which I have some food right here, and we'll get into that because that's another tip. We're going to get into that. But treat your vessel with love. And if you think about that verse, how we treat our vessel for the glory, for the sanctification and honor of God, we're going to treat it so much more differently throughout our day. So what are some practical approaches that you can take in 2025 to enhancing your nutrition so you may look and feel jacked? Because I want to make this simple for you. And number 1 is going to be, you have to do your own research. You have to go on Google, search up different meal plans, different diet plans that work for you. This is going to make it so much more easier, and it's actually going to motivate you, encourage you when you learn about these. Okay, for example, I personally love the animal-based diet. I don't stick 100% to it. I used to in undergrad, but I know that it works for me. So this year I said, I'm going to actually strive towards the animal-based diet. I'm going to at least stick to 90% of it. So what this looks like for me is it's very high protein and it's very high fat. So it's a lot of fruits, a lot of grass-fed beef, organic chicken. Okay, I have raw honey, raw milk, raw cheese. These are just some of the things that I have as a collection and that I do to take care of my body. But I did the research ahead of time. I did the research at the beginning of the year and I said, okay, what are these things that are a part of these food groups? And let me implement them into my diet. And I'm actually going to throw up here what that looks like if you want to do your own research in the animal-based diet. I went to carnivoremd.com and you can look at, he has a whole layout of how you should approach your protein intake. Because if anything, if you want to become jacked and you want to look jacked and improve your physique, focus on your protein intake. So here is a little diagram up top. I'll throw it on either side of how you should approach your protein and what it is going to be. For example, I'm 150 pounds, so I should at least be reaching 150 grams of protein per day to maintain my physique. Now, if I wanted to increase that, I could add a little more if I'm competing or if I'm a high performing athlete. But all in all, maintain your protein with whatever body weight you are per gram of body weight. The second thing is going to be actually take your time this year of 2025 to invest in yourself, invest a little more money to buy things that are organic, to buy things that are grass-fed, to buy things that are from local farmers markets, that are your local meats. This is not only supporting local business, but it's going to improve the way you feel. Okay, many people, they argue, they say, oh, all I have to do is meet my calorie deficit, eat a certain amount of calories, and or drop my calorie deficit, and I'll be jacked, I'll be ripped. Okay, yeah, you can definitely do that. That's for sure. But how are you going to feel? If you're going to McDonald's and you're eating McDonald's burger, you're going to look in the mirror and say, wow, I'm not getting anywhere, and I actually feel like crap. I don't feel great. And again, that goes back to our verse. We treating our vessel with love, with honor, with sanctification for the glory of God. Think about this every time you make a decision. The nutrients that you get from these foods that are grass-fed, that are organic, and yes, they are more pricey, but in return, your body gets to digest this. This is going to be healthier for your muscles, for your tissues. Okay, your body is actually going to be able to recover better because you have nutrient-dense foods that has more nutrients in it than compared to a McDonald's burger or something that is processed. So keep that in mind. Okay, and number 3 is going to be a great rule here. Every time you go shopping, I want you to think of the 5 ingredient rule. This is such a great rule, and I actually have 2 things here. I actually picked this up this morning at my school. It was sitting in one of the chairs, and no one was in the classroom. And I walked in and I was like, this actually be really good for the video idea I have. So I picked it up because I wanted to read the label to you. I used to have these when I was younger, the Nature Valley Crunch Bar, and maybe some of you guys right now have this. So right off the bat, it's a processed food. It's got, hey, listen, you got to be balanced. You can't be, right? I'm just going to tell you right now, you can't be perfect. You can't be 100%. I have foods that are processed foods, but I keep in mind of what is on the label that I'm about to read. So if I'm in the store right now and I see this, I pull back the label, there is way more than 5 ingredients. We have whole grain oats, sugar, canola, and or sunflower oil that will kill you. Stop it. We have rice flour, honey, salt, brown sugar syrup, baking soda, soy lecithin, natural flavor. Okay, so this is obviously a way better option. Now I'm being really generous right here. This is a way better option than most processed foods that are in the store, like a Pop-Tart. That is pretty trash. So if anything, make smart decisions, okay? Be like, all right, I won't choose this, but I'll choose that. But at the end of the day, use the 5 ingredient rule. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why do I need 10 ingredients in this thing? I need that much to put in my body compared to, I'm a little wired right now. This is fun. Compared to this organic peanut butter, okay? Listen, I started getting back into eating peanut butter because here and there, another convenience thing. I love shakes, so I'll still occasionally do a shake when I'm driving to school. It's also a healthier option. I can throw fruit in there. So this peanut butter, because a lot of peanut butters are trash and they have a lot of trash oils in them. This only has 2 ingredients: organic dry roasted peanuts and sea salt. It doesn't get much. It even says only 2 ingredients on the label. So with that in mind, just keep in mind, okay, if I'm shopping, I'm going to look for a food label that has less than 5 ingredients, because why should anything have that much more than 10 ingredients in it? What if we think about our vessel and we go back to that and say, what am I putting in my body? And if you start to think like this in 2025, you're going to feel so much more appreciative of the physique that you have. And sooner enough, you're going to not only look better, you're going to look in the mirror and say, oh my gosh, I've been putting in that work, but you're going to feel better. You're going to have better cognitive function. You're going to sleep better. You're going to go throughout your day without fatigue. You're not feeding yourself garbage. And I believe that outweighs the physical performance. The physical physique is just an additive, just like an ingredient. It's an additive. What's more important is the way you feel throughout the day, so you can approach your goals, so you can tackle the things, so you can share love with people. Okay, that's important. Number 2, physical fitness. Listen, these 3 are the most basic: with nutrition, physical fitness, and sleep. Physical fitness, and I'm biased here, personally, calisthenics is the way to go. It has never been easier to start working out in 2025, especially with calisthenics. I have a gym, an outdoor gym, a park right down the street from me. I can go work out there right now if I want to. However, I don't even need to go that far. I can start training in this room today by doing push-ups, sit-ups, squats. I have a little pull-up bar out there. I could do dips, pulls. It doesn't matter. You don't even need any equipment. There's really no excuse to improving your physical fitness in 2025. You can start in your own room, and that's why I'm actually going to link in the description below here. I have a beginner calisthenic program that is my best performing program that I have, and I'll throw up some reviews here of what people have said on it. Go and cop that. It's going to be half off. So start today in 2025. If you're a beginner to working out, boom, there you go. You have a structured workout plan for you. All right, so here are 3 tips that you can take to improving your physical fitness in 2025. And number 1 is going to be starting some kind of cardio in the morning. Now, we can make this as easy as it is. For example, this morning, I went to my local gym and I actually went on the treadmill. And this has been something great for me in the start of 2025 to increase my heart rate. It's just walking. You don't even have to make it as difficult as you need to. You just walk. You can do a jog if you want to. You can walk outside in the morning, or if it's not convenient for you, do it throughout the day. Start with some kind of cardio to increase your heart rate, to get your blood flowing throughout your body, to start burning fat. Okay, so I went on the treadmill, 20 minutes, did a 10-degree incline on 3 speed. Okay, that you might start out at 2 speed, no incline. That's all right. Take your time. You could just walk in the gym, just walk on the treadmill for 2 minutes and walk out, and you won. That's a win for the day. Okay, start with thinking in this aspect of like, these little increments that you take are wins. They're successful wins. You could go for a walk on a break. Okay, incorporate some kind of cardio into your routine. That's going to improve your physical fitness, because your heart health is very important towards benefiting as that additive as looking jacked. Number 2 is going to be incorporating unilateral movement into your program. So for me, calisthenics, this is what I train. I do some functional movement as well here and there. Here and there, I'll throw in some hybrid training, so some weights. I think functional movement as a whole is so important. And if you're training towards a high level performing physique, you should be incorporating every type of facet of movement. There is no one strict. Calisthenics is my primary, trust me. But if I'm throwing in everything, running, I'm doing yoga, I'm stretching, I'm throwing in different mobility movements, kettlebells, all of these make a difference. However, unilateral movements will shock your body in a whole different way. So I did something before, I did a lot in the past, is training, let's say, for example, a calisthenic ring. If I have the video, I'll throw it up here. But calisthenic ring, first, the ring itself is so unique in a way that it's shaped it in an oval. So I have to actually pull and articulate my wrist in a different way, which is going to work my body in a different fashion, where I have to do a bicep curl to pull my body up to the top. So unilateral movements, one side of the body, I'm going to be working and pulling myself in. I could be doing a pistol squat. These different movements are going to be adapting your body in such a unique way, as opposed to your regular lifts like your compounds, your push-up, your dips, your pull-ups, the basic movements that everyone does, okay? Go outside of the box and incorporate unilateral movements. This will be a game changer. Number 3 is going to be adding volume into your program as well. So you can look up right now, look up a gymnast right now. You can look at their arms, okay? These dudes' biceps are ginormous. Their whole physique is shredded. Okay, what are they doing? Obviously, they're training calisthenics, grab that program in the description below. They're training calisthenics. At the same time, though, they're incorporating a lot of volume into their program, or whoever has their program set up. They're incorporating a ton of volume in there. So something that I've done in the past, I don't do it as much anymore, but something that I've done is I'll do 4 sets, but in those 4 sets, let's say of pull-ups, I'll do very high volume, something at around 20 to 30 reps per 4 sets. That's a ton of volume with minimal rest. So over time, this is building and wiring down and shredding my physique with more reps into my program rather than sets. You can do this. You can go all the way around. You can do more sets, less reps. You can do this in any fashion. Just think of increasing your volume over time. And finally, number 3 out of our whole triad that we have of nutrition, physical fitness is going to be, the last one's going to be sleep. Okay. Now I could be as cliche as I want to and say, oh, just get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But it's not as simple as that, because we're distracted by so much. Our body is in such a sympathetic state throughout the day. We are blasted with light, distractions, people, different types of things. So our body needs to rest and recover. And the only way we really truly get rest is if we enter into something known as REM, REM, R-E-M, is that true state where we enter into recovery and deep sleep. So how can we get there? Here are 3 tips. Okay, number 1, throw that phone away. Throw it to the side at least 1 to 2 hours at night. We don't need any more blue light into our eyes. If you have to look at your phone, get some blue light blockers, throw them on your eyes, and save yourself, because that blue light is signaling to your circadian rhythm and saying, we are awake right now. We are awake. So throw that phone away for the last 1 to 2 hours. And instead, what you could do, and tip number 2, is you could stretch. Let your body decompress from all the stress throughout the day that you had externally. You can pray. As you stretch, give everything to God. Say thank you. Let your will be done. Thank you for this day. I just give this whole day to you. Lord, thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to experience another day, and may I get some deep sleep, and may you visit me in my dreams. I love that. Just so simple. Okay. 3rd, breath work. You can calm your body down. Just do some deep breathing. Just deep breathing. Allow your body to relax and ease into the night, because guess what? Your vessel deserves it. I pray that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you keep in mind that at the end of the day, yes, I threw a lot of information at you, but if you don't take into mind that consistency rules out of all of this, then you can throw everything to the wayside. You must be consistent at the end of the day. You must show up every day for your vessel, for yourself, if you truly want to look jacked and feel amazing. Thank you guys for joining this video. If you like this, like the video, and also subscribe if you are new. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.